YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, man. We got some crazy courtroom moments, man. Finna get into some crazy courtroom moments, man. I ain't never experienced none personally, myself, but I have heard about some though. For real. I have heard about some because I know there's some crazy ass cases out there, especially with the families. When when the case goes one way, you know what I mean. You know how them families get up in them courtrooms, they get wild. They get real wild. But no further ado, y'all. Let's get into these cases.
This is Scott Nelson, who is facing first-degree murder charges after killing a nanny in Orlando, Florida.
So you
The
committed
fuck?
the worst possible crime.
Nelson was recently released from a 25-year prison sentence for a bank robbery. After he was let go from his painting
He looked
job,
like he don't give a fuck
decided
that
to
he did
plan
it too.
another robbery. Nelson broke into a house with a knife where a nanny was working as a caregiver. He kidnapped her, threw her in the trunk, and drove to a local ATM so he could withdraw cash. Nelson then drove to a remote location and stabbed her to death before ditching her body and the car, where he was later arrested. On trial, Nelson argued
Oh yeah, hair and all type of shit.
You bought zip ties?
Yes, I did.
You bought duct tape?
That'd be correct.
You bought a knife?
I sure did. I bought that material because
He don't give
I
a
had
fuck.
plan in mind of
You
how
bought a knife? I sure did.
being
Bought some duct tape?
thrown
Yep.
on the street again for what? The third, or was it the fourth time by the government? And you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back, and really, they just don't care anymore.
Nelson continues.
Oh yeah, he
testifying
just don't
under
give a
oath of
damn.
emotion
He
and
don't care.
finally
Yep, I did
admits
it.
to the murder.
Somebody was going to pay for how you've been treated.
That is very accurate.
Who killed Jennifer Fulford?
I did.
He took the stand during the penalty
He
phase.
said, I did.
This is what he had to say.
How has your mental health been affected by your previous incarceration?
I am a homicidal maniac.
In the end, Nelson was found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison. He spent 27 years
Oh man, he
wrongfully convicted of murder.
something must have happened. He crying like a motherfucker.
And I have always been an innocent man.
While living in Brooklyn, New York, Bunn was only 14 years old when he was arrested by NYPD detective Louis Scarcella. Bunn later spent 16 years behind bars and then 11 years out on parole, where he still fought to prove his innocence. Then finally, his conviction was overturned based on the wrongdoing of Detective Scarcella and the fact that there wasn't even probable cause to arrest Bunn in the first place.
He just grabbed though.
Y'all convicted and had a warm man in prison.
And after 27 years of fighting,
They don't give a
for
fuck
his
either.
fame, he is finally exonerated.
I want to say thank you, Your Honor, because in 27 years, I've been fighting for my life.
But before he leaves
27
the courtroom, he has
years,
a moment
bro.
with the judge. Bunn later filed a lawsuit against the city of New York and Detective Scarcella.
They better pay that man.
Alan McCarty, who was arrested and
They better pay that
charged
dude,
after
man.
making
27
threats
years.
to a judge. In a child custody case, a judge ruled against McCarty and took away his children. His erratic behavior towards the judge continued into his court appearances.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a f***ing idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little f***ing prick. You wanna take my kids from me and act like that? You and that Shut the up. I'm trying to think over here.
After McCarty
Shit.
was found guilty for the original threats
Man, we
made
get
to a
dudes
judge,
like this at our
he moved on to
facility,
the
man.
What a bunch of
I work in a fucking crazy
You
place.
threatened my life. You back room.
Yeah, he would have to get the fuck up out of there. He had to get the fuck up out of there. Yeah.
Not resistant. I'm not resisting.
I'm not resisting. Yeah, we get these motherfuckers in the facility, man. You gotta sedate them.
And he continues on making a
They put him
disturbance.
behind the two-way.
McCarty was sentenced to 20 years in prison. The judge also issued
20
an additional
years?
10-day sentence due to his actions in the courtroom. This is Markeith Lloyd, who is convicted of murdering a police officer in Orlando,
This nigga
Florida.
looks scary. Look at him.
Lloyd was already on the run from the police after he killed his former girlfriend, who was pregnant with his child. A month later,
Ah, this
Lloyd
nigga
is spotted
tripping.
in a Walmart. You can see him walking in. Moments later, Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton pulls in. You can see her grab a cart and walk in. Reportedly, they cross paths every few minutes. Outside the store, Lieutenant Clayton was notified, and she tried to stop and arrest Lloyd when a shootout begun. Lieutenant Clayton was killed during the interaction, being shot
He
4
shot her?
times. Following the murder,
Dang,
Lloyd
that's
took off
terrible,
again,
man. That
which
woman
led
was
to a
just doing her
9-day
job.
manhunt, where he was later found. During the arrest, he tried to escape.
Oh, hold up. Y'all see it?
In the altercation.
Hold up.
Here in court, Lloyd took this to escape, led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was later found.
Y'all see
During
that? The motherfucking police got
Lloyd took off again, which led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was later
right there. Yo ass ain't hiding from the police. This is just the police. And they got his ass in the house. Look at this. Bruh, yeah. There's no getting away. The police got fucking heat-seeking body cameras and shit.
found. During the arrest, he tried to escape, where he lost his left eye in the altercation. Here in court, Lloyd took the stand. Reportedly, he believed
He lost
that
his
Lloyd was
eye.
about to kill him.
And I was just reacting, Mary. I was just reacting. Even when they opened the door, I just reacted. I just reacted. I fired 2 shots, I just reacted.
The jury then found him guilty.
It really hurts deep down inside.
This is Lieutenant Clayton's sister giving a victim impact statement.
She stood in the place. It's my mother. When I didn't have one, I truly miss my sister. I truly miss her.
And this is the moment that Lloyd hears
It's
that
crazy,
the jury
bruh.
unanimously recommends the death sentence.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Markeith Lloyd, should be sentenced to death.
Lloyd seems
To
to
death.
have something out to the public. A few moments later, Lloyd has an outburst.
You've been trying to kill me. You've been trying to bring me for murder.
All right, why don't we remove Mr. Lloyd from the courtroom?
The judge later agreed with the jury and sent Lloyd to death, where he now sits
This dude
behind
is
bars
scary,
waiting
bruh.
for his
Like-
death sentence. This is Daryl Brooks, who is convicted of killing.
Oh, wait a minute. I
6
think I
people
remember
and
this
injuring dozens
this
of
dude.
others after
Wasn't he
drove
that
his
dude that ran over all them?
SUV into a
It was.
Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Reportedly, during his reckless driving, he reached speeds of over 30 miles per hour, and the
Damn,
prosecution
bruh.
argued that his driving rampage was intentional.
He plowed through 68 different people.
Damn,
Kept going
68
until he got to
people,
the end,
bruh.
and there was
You might as
no
well said
more
100.
bodies to hit. It was intentional.
After Brooks was arrested and charged, Brooks decided to represent himself in court.
If you
Represent
are
himself in
allowed to
court? What the
represent yourself
fuck?
in this case, sir, you will not have attorneys assisting you. They are gone from this case. Do you understand that?
I think I would probably be better served representing myself.
Throughout the trial, Brooks was
He going
arrested
straight to
multiple
prison.
times for constant interruptions
He going
and
straight to prison. He
outbursts.
may get the
It was
death
found
penalty
that his
too.
real personality was shown when he starts to laugh during a witness testimony.
He told Erica that he was gonna find her and he was gonna kill her.
Now, back in the courtroom, Brooks has an outburst as he didn't like how the district attorney pronounced the word defendant.
I would like to provide the defendant and the court.
So that had to be said. The defendant. I got 1 ear that work and I heard that.
This
Come on,
is
man.
to benefit
man.
you, so
No, it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me.
witness.
And now, Brooks is clearly frustrated. He decides to have a stare down with the judge.
I need to take
Oh,
a
what
break.
the
Please
hell
stand
is
right now.
wrong
He's
with
gonna
this
get stared down
dude?
with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist.
Why is he looking at her like that?
The jury quickly found Brooks guilty of all 76 charges.
76
He was
charges.
given 6 life sentences, plus more than 700 additional years in prison. This is Jaleel Smith Riley in a Cincinnati, Ohio courtroom, who police say confessed to a robbery killing a 20-year-old woman and seriously wounding her boyfriend. Portia Brooks was in her car with her boyfriend Aaron Martin when Smith Riley came up to her car with 2 others looking to rob them. When Smith Riley found out Martin didn't have any cash, he was shot in the head, leaving him with permanent
Shot him in the
brain
head,
damage.
bruh.
Smith Riley then shot at Brooks, which killed her 3 days later.
Oh no, hell no. We ain't trying to hear that shit.
somebody that thinks about this every day, and he knows that he can't go back in time and undo what he did.
Don't nobody give a fuck about what you saying either.
Victim impact statement.
But he killed me mentally, emotionally. He killed my identity as a mother of 3, as a family of 4.
This is now Brooke's sister speaking.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
This is moments right
I
before
agree.
Jaleel Smith Riley gets the news that he will never be allowed to return home again.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4.
This nigga passed out. You see this nigga's face? Oh my God. Look at this nigga's face.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole.
Oh, hell no. I know this nigga did not just do that. I know this boy did not just do that shit, bro. Look at this nigga. He's like, his life just flashed before his eyes. Just like the lives you killed. He just dropped to the floor. Damn. Life. He weak.
This is Michael Brady, who attempted a prison escape that resulted in the death of 4 prison workers at Pasquotank Correctional Institution in North
Oh, this nigga look crazy. Look at him.
Like 4 to 8 times I hit Jeffrey Howe until he stopped moving. I don't know how many times I hit him with a hammer.
Brady was facing 24 years in prison for an attempted murder conviction after he shot at a North Carolina state trooper. And 4 years into his sentence, Brady and 3 other inmates brutally murdered 4 prison workers with hammers and scissors.
That man, Michael Brady, beat that man, George Midget, like he was trying to bust concrete.
Brady then tried to hop a fence, but then was captured at gunpoint.
It was like a bloodbath, and I stepped in between Jeffrey and Wendy, and I slid trying to get in because the whole elevator floor was nothing but blood.
During the trial, the prosecutors argued that Brady was the one who
But nah, he finna get the death penalty. He don't care what the fuck he did. He don't care.
We know who led the plan.
After Brady is found guilty, he now takes the stand at his sentencing.
I'm up here to tell the truth. You can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna tell the truth. Whether it hurts me, whether it helps me. I don't care about that.
You don't believe you're crazy, do you?
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
And you do know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
So you know murder is wrong.
Murder is a different name for a death, but yes.
Your freedom meant more than their lives.
Yes.
And now the judge reads out the jury's recommendation.
Jury unanimously recommending that the defendant be sentenced to death.
Brady seems completely emotionless, and the judge later agrees on the death penalty, where he now sits locked up in Colorado, awaiting his death sentence.
Bro, why do Colorado always bring these crazy ass out here, bro? Like, isn't Florence fucking full? God damn, like everybody's out here. All these crazy ass motherfuckers is out here. What the fuck, bro?
This is Franklin Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and fleeing police in Cleveland, Ohio.
Again, I'm going to interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm going to gag you in 1 second.
Williams conducted 3 armed robberies before leading police on a high-speed chase. He was later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not stop talking, despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
That means zip it right now. Does that make sense?
You know what I've noticed working in this field, man? The only reason why these dudes do this is because this is as far as the outside world they get. You know, coming into the courtroom and seeing other faces, even if they are like other officers, you know, lawyers and things like that, a jury, they get to see other faces, even though they doing life or 20 plus years, they don't care. But the reason why they go back and forth with the judge and cause these commotions is because this is another form of outside of their cell that they get to see, and they try to soak it up. You know what I'm saying? As much as possible. Because if they sit there and they just yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, it's gonna go by quick, and they know that, and that's the reason why some of them, they act out like this.
No, it doesn't. That's a violation of the HIPAA law, Judge. Here we go.
This resulted in the judge ordering Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
If you spit on, attempt to bite, or injure any of my deputies, you're gonna have a bad day.
He don't care about none of this. He gonna still keep on trying to talk.
Has something to share with the judge and cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape with the hashtag.
Aside from all the interruptions, the judge can hand down Williams' sentence.
You face the potential maximum consecutive sentence of 134 years. I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams received a 24-year prison sentence, the judge later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence. He then appointed a new judge, where she sentenced him to 33 years behind bars.
Imagine
Wow.
a financial journey where you're never alone, where your questions are answered.
This is Martez Abram, who is convicted on 2 counts of murder for the killings of 2 Walmart employees. In South
Yeah, man, Walmart is a dangerous ass place, man. Anything happens in Walmart. Any and everything happens in fucking Walmart.
The day he was suspended, he returned to the store with multiple weapons and opened fire, killing store managers Anthony Brown and Brandon Gales.
What?
On the ground with his eyes open, and I ran up to him and I looked at him. I said, Anthony, honey, please say Casey one more time.
He also shot an officer who survived due to his bulletproof vest.
Once I got out of my vehicle, I heard gunshots and I felt the pressure of the bullet hit my back.
He was arrested on site. Now in court, Abram admits to all crimes.
That's you, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
Look at it, please, sir.
Yes.
Don't even want to look at it.
Mr. Gale is on the floor going down at this point, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, and that's you shooting him, right?
Yes.
Look at the screen, sir.
Yes.
That's you shooting him?
Yes.
He's playing. He trying to play crazy.
Yes.
You shot him again, didn't you?
Yes.
After that, you went back to the toilet paper aisle, didn't you?
Yes.
This is one of the victim's wife delivering a victim impact statement.
You took Anthony from me on the exact day, 20 years earlier, that we had our first date.
What the fuck drove this nigga to do this?
The judge will decide Abram's fate.
In count 1, I will sentence you to death. Count 2,
Death.
you will be sentenced to death. In count 3, you will be sentenced to life in the penitentiary.
As Abram hears that he will be receiving the death penalty, he stands silently, where he now sits on death row awaiting his execution. This is Erica Butts.
Oh, she is hyperventilating. Oh man. Damn, they both passed out. They must got death.
Butts, who was best friends with the child's mother, was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was only 3 years old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture. A time frame that matched the time she had spent with Butts.
Yeah, if it's to a child, yeah, you gotta go.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After both women were found guilty, the judge now hands down their sentence.
The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were
Life.
sentenced to
Well, that's pretty much death. Oh man. And then to see your child get life and she hyperventilating like this, oh.
and Cunningham are reportedly at separate prisons serving their life sentences.
They're even at separate prisons.
This is Keith Ferguson from Kalkaska, Michigan. He was set to court for 12 felony counts, including kidnapping and murder. Ferguson, who was 40 at the time, was engaged in a divorce argument with his wife, Tiffany Ferguson. when he begun to suddenly beat her, followed by fatally shooting her in front of their 4
Just leave her, man. You ain't gotta just take out your whole family.
House where he fatally shot his father-in-law. After fleeing the
Damn.
scene, Ferguson stormed a nearby house, taking the owner hostage, and barricaded himself inside the home. After a 7-hour standoff, Ferguson was arrested.
The defendant has already murdered multiple people and fled and has taken hostages.
During Ferguson's court appearance, his attitude and remorse towards the situation.
So this whole fucking family, and then some of hers. Yeah, I ain't standing up. He's like, shit, I don't. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting life. At this point, my life is over.
Tiffany's best friend gives a victim impact statement, saying she always felt that Keith would hurt his wife.
I knew one day he would kill her. She would always reply, "He loves his kids too much. He won't kill me. He loved them so much, he murdered their mother and grandfather."
When asked about his children, Ferguson never desired to see or speak to them again. The judge responded by saying,
"You may not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but there's clearly something fundamentally wrong with you."
Ferguson was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
I see y'all in hell.
This is Randall Moore. He is facing 3 life sentences for crimes against his former wife, Therese Ann Lynch.
What the heck is wrong with these dudes, man? Killing a wife and shit. Just leave.
Kidnapping and killing his estranged wife. Officer Todd Rowland responded to the cries from the apartment, where he was then shot and wounded.
Okay, 303 Adams been hit, officer down. Suspect's armed with 20 shells. Advises nobody come to the door as he will shoot again.
Shortly after, Moore had a phone call with a 911 dispatcher. Listen as he explains
In an
his
apartment, see, this is the reason why people need their own house and their own space. You don't know who the hell you living next door to.
Not long after, Moore surrendered, and for Officer Rowland, he underwent surgery for his hand. As the verdict is read out, Moore gives nothing but a slight nod.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of kidnapping in the first degree. Guilty of sexual abuse in the first degree. Guilty of attempted
Sexual abuse.
At Moore's sentencing, Lynch's mother gives a victim impact statement.
Sometimes I'll be thinking these courts be adding in shit like on the slick. I ain't hear that he did anything sexual to anybody.
The journal she wrote, she hated you. She hated you. You're a loser.
Moore refused to apologize for his actions, saying he had no remorse for what happened.
And I'll tell you point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for Therese Ann's death. It could have all been prevented. All you had to do is let me see my kid. Now you're never going to see her again.
But now comes the judge.
If anybody didn't know what a piece of work you were before you start talking, they know it now. The court doesn't allow me to punish you any more than I'm doing now. If I could, I would.
Moore was given a total of 3 life sentences plus 25 years for the attempted murder.
It's crazy.
This is David Ranta. He spent 22 years behind bars for a murder he did not commit. In Brooklyn, New York, Ranta was arrested by Detective Louis Scarcella. Ranta was put in a police.
Wasn't he on the last?
And was
With the black dude that he wrongfully he just grabbing people on a fucking he just grabbing people. You going to jail too for 22 years.
Description of whom to pick in the lineup. There was no physical evidence linking Ranta to the killing, and the evidence presented to the jury was allegedly fabricated. Ranta was then convicted and sentenced to 37.5 years to life in prison. But after spending over 2 decades in prison, former witnesses admitted that they were pressured into testifying against Ranta. And now, this is the moment his conviction gets thrown out.
Mr. Brandon, to say that I'm sorry for what you have endured would be an understatement and grossly inadequate.
This man is old. They done took this man's life away from him. Like, he needs to be leaving with a check.
After his handcuffs were removed, he hugged his family. With all he owned thrown over his back,
Thank you all. Thank you.
he walks out a free man.
What
After
the
his
fuck?
release, he reportedly received $2 million
That's what I'm
from the
talking
state
about.
and a $6.4 million settlement from the city.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
This is Diana Lovejoy. She used to be married to Greg Mulvihill living in Carlsbad, California, but soon their marriage fell apart and they divorced. After a messy divorce and lots of legal trouble, it ended with the court ordering Diana to pay $120,000 to Greg for his stake in their family house. The court also ordered that she must share custody of their son. Diana became furious about hearing the court orders, so
He was
she tried
mad.
to kill her ex-husband.
Oh, she's finna kill him.
Boyfriend Weldon McDavid. Greg was
And she
shot
had
in
a
the
boyfriend who was a black man.
Luckily, the bullet
Oh
didn't
my
hit his
God.
heart, and he survived. Both McDavid and Diana conspired to murder, and the court has sufficient evidence against them.
It's so painful that some people in this world seem to think that I would have it in me to do this.
Interestingly, she fainted in
And then she
court.
trying to blame it all on the black dude. That's crazy.
For a few seconds.
Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty of the crime of attempted...
Oh shit, she just passed out. She's trying to hold it in.
And right when you hear guilty, you hear a thud.
Guilty of the crime of
Oh.
conspiracy to commit murder.
It silenced the courtroom, aside from hearing her family cry in the background.
Wow. Wow.
She then is brought onto the floor. And when medics bring her out, she still appears to be passed out. But doctors later found out
What if she just opened her eye real quick? See if anybody looking.
years to life in prison.
Oh, they gave him 50 years.
And Diana was sentenced to 26 years
Let me
to
see.
life in prison.
Why she get? Well, it's, they did say because he pulled the trigger. But it was her fucking idea. She should have got at least like 49.
You can see on this security camera, Webb tries to run over 2 employees at a jail he recently served time at. Now,
What
at
the
his
fuck?
first court appearance, the judge is about to remove herself from the trial because she knew the 2 employees.
Matters no way I'm going to try this case or have any further proceedings where I have to see you for one further second.
And now Webb is about to shock the courtroom.
He spit on her.
He just spit on the judge. The judge wipes the spit off and then kicks him out of the courtroom.
Wow.
Turns out Webb has a very dark past. When he was behind bars, he
That
was
should be an
charged with
additional
the
5
murder
years.
of 2 different girlfriends. He was found guilty of the killing of the first girlfriend. Now he's on trial for the second.
Oh, this motherfucker looks like.
Tattoo on his head that listed people he wanted to kill. At the bottom was 3 rats crossed out. During the trial, Webb showed no remorse and the jury found him guilty. The judge sentenced Webb to life in prison for his crimes. This is Camia Gamet, who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend in Jackson, Mississippi. Reportedly, the attack happened during an argument between the 2 individuals and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death. Gamet was
Damn.
arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court, Gamet would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her. But in the end, she was found guilty.
That's
of
crazy.
murder.
This is all you gotta, you know, you don't know who you dealing with. You gotta be careful who you dealing with out here.
I was convicted of lies.
We now move into the sentence.
You gotta be careful what you doing out here too.
Interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
With Gamet showing no remorse, the judge has some final words.
You stab, you stab, you stab, you stab until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was
Oh, the judge couldn't. He can't say that.
In the end, Gamet was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Gave her ass life.
This is Kyandria Cook, who was found guilty of carjacking charges in Volusia County, Florida. 18-year-old Cook and her then 17-year-old boyfriend had used a dating app to set up a carjacking, where the boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured. After fleeing
That's
the scene
crazy,
and being
man.
on the run, the pair attempted another carjacking just 2 days later, but they were arrested. Now in court, Cook stands in front of the judge for her involvement in the theft and shooting.
Case you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
20.
That is Cook's mother
Damn.
that can be heard crying.
20 years, like she gone.
Reportedly, the reason for this very emotional outburst is there was a miscommunication with the assistant public defender, where Cook and her mother thought she wouldn't face any prison time.
What? 20 years, girl.
Her sentence was later reduced to 11 years in prison.
What? Why was it reduced?
This is Joel Delgado. He's currently
Bruh.
being brought to the Pulaski County Courthouse in Little Rock, Arkansas. He's brought into court to face multiple charges, including residential burglary and theft of services. Reportedly, during his arrest, he claimed he was injured, so he was brought to a hospital. Now, the sheriff deputy is currently escorting Delgado into the courthouse to face his charges.
He got beat up or something?
Enter the door, Delgado loses his shoe, which just might be a distraction for his getaway plan.
Hey, you see a shoe back there? Where is it?
With Delgado being in a neck brace and a wheelchair, it appears he can't walk, but he sure can run.
What? He can run. Oh, he can run. He is gone. I don't even know which way he went.
Across the street and down an alley.
I'm finna shut your bitch ass.
Searches through the streets looking for the suspect.
Hey, can you call the police for me? Call the police for me.
Ain't you on police?
Where you go? Went straight through the alley and cut that way. What you need? Phone. My damn radio came out.
The damn cop just snatched his phone out of his hand.
The wheelchair dude got up and ran. Yeah. I couldn't catch his. The wheelchair dude.
The wheelchair dude.
After no luck, the deputy makes it back to the front of the courthouse.
The wheelchair dude ran. He had a neck brace on and all that. Did he really? Yeah.
That's crazy. They will do that shit, man.
Hell no.
They will do that shit. I ain't chasing nobody. I ain't chasing nobody. Black people, these niggas are not professional. They laughing and shit. Yo.
He dropped the rail, kicked his shoe and came off. I bent down to get his shoe.
He took off and ran.
Yeah. Should have had cuffed him to the wheelchair.
However, the suspect
That would have been smart. That's what he's supposed to have did. He's supposed to cuff him to the
where
wheelchair.
he claimed he was injured and couldn't walk again. And now he faces an additional charge of third-degree assault.
He finna do it again.
Reportedly, Delgado has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. This is Ronnie O'Neill.
Oh my
He is
God.
a double murder suspect in Riverview, Florida.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn it, I'm not.
O'Neill was 29 when he fatally shot his then-girlfriend Kenyatta Barron. Following this, he murdered their own daughter by striking her multiple times with a hatchet. She was only 9 years old. O'Neill also stabbed their 8-year-old son before pouring gasoline all over the house and setting it on fire. O'Neill was arrested upon fleeing the burning house. The son was able to escape, but was critically wounded and suffered from burns.
So the son
first
survived
911
that shit.
call on the incident was from the girlfriend who was heard screaming.
It's so traumatizing. This boy's gonna have to live with that for the rest of his
8
life.
minutes later, another call came in from O'Neill.
What is your emergency? Hey, I just been attacked by some white demons inside Kiki. Kiki, her name is Kiki, and she tried to kill me.
After the arrest, O'Neill was psychologically cleared to represent himself in court. During the trial, he cross-examined his now 11-year-old son, who he stabbed, to which the son explained everything that happened.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes,
I did. And how did I hurt you?
you stabbed me.
You stabbed me, bitch. I wouldn't be able to talk to my dad if he did some shit like this.
After O'Neill was found guilty at his sentencing, the judge went on to say this was the worst case she's ever seen.
Why would she even allow him to represent himself? Like,
Ever in my life,
He also stated that he was not sorry for what he did.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
O'Neal was given
Why
a
he
total
keep
of
screaming?
3 life sentences plus 90 years without parole. And for O'Neal's son, he was adopted by the detective who cared for him the night of the murders.
That was nice to them.
This is Esteban Carpio. The police were questioning him for the stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in Rhode Island. In the interview room was Carpio and 2 detectives. One of the detectives left the room to get water for Carpio, leaving just him and Detective Sergeant James Allen in the room. Carpio grabbed Allen's gun and then shot him twice, killing
Dang,
him.
he killed him.
He then jumped out of a window which was 3 stories high and made a run for it, but was
Damn.
apprehended just 45 minutes later. At his arraignment, Carpio came
Oh,
to
yeah, he
and
did that
passed
to
his gun
himself.
stop the offender from spitting and biting at others. With also his face being in rough shape, it stunned the courtroom. It wasn't so much Carpio with the
Wow.
shocking reaction, more so his
Dang, he
family
got 2
members
big fat
making
black eyes.
accusations of police brutality.
Step off.
It's gross police brutality. He was mentally ill and he needed help and we couldn't get it. We tried and tried. And he did
Police brutality. He fell out of a 3-story building. He did that to himself. Now they probably did get a few licks in because both of his eyes is black.
Due to his jump from the 3rd floor of a building and struggle with law enforcement.
Every day, I face the facts of what I did and what happened.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Damn.
This is Callum Fittner in Bradford Crown Court in the UK. He's here to help support his 17-year-old friend, who is currently on the other side of this door. And he's about to burst through and make a run for it. The teenage escapee UC was reportedly just sentenced to 21 weeks in custody for the theft of a mobile phone. But keep your eye on Fittner, as he's about to press the button for an automatic door to open, leading his friend to freedom.
Oh.
First goes the teenager, then 1, 2, 3, 4 security officers chasing the suspect, and it appears Fittner takes a different route out of the building. The teenage phone bandit makes it out of the courthouse and is gone, and it appears the security officers lost him. And for Fittner, he walks out casually, hopping down the steps like nothing ever
Like nothing fucking
The
happened.
teenager was on the run for 2 days when he was arrested and sentenced to an extra 6 months in jail for the escape.
How much the friend
Fittner
get?
pleaded guilty to aiding and abetting his friend's escape and was jailed for 3 months.
3 months. He a real
This is
friend.
Jessica Groves, who along with her
Stupid, but he a real
husband,
friend.
Groves, are both charged with the murder of their own 2-month-old child in Portsmouth, Ohio.
Tell the jury how you killed this baby.
It was an accident.
Not your excuse. How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
Reportedly, when the father found the child unresponsive, he later testified he didn't alert authorities because his wife threatened to blame him. That's when the child's body was found at the bottom of a 30-foot well inside a milk crate, wrapped in plastic. Reports found that the child suffered fractures to his skull, arms, ribs, and leg. The mother and father had initially pleaded not guilty, but in a shocking twist, Miss Groves takes full responsibility for the killing of the child.
Jessica, did you and you only cause the death of your son, Dylan Groves?
Yes.
Did Daniel Groves participate in the killing of Dylan?
No.
Was Daniel Groves aware of any of the injuries that you caused that may have led to his death?
No.
He's innocent.
All injuries.
He's innocent. And the reason, and so that holds his plea up.
And now they demand the truth.
How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
I have sit here and admitted
Answer the question, please. How did you cause these injuries?
it was an accident
Not your excuse for what happened. How did you cause these injuries?
by dropping him.
How did you cause that first 2-inch skull fracture?
I don't remember. I've admitted to my guilt.
How did you
And I have to live without my children. I'm done talking to you.
You are talking to me because you're sitting on the witness stand. Tell them how you caused that injury.
Miss Groves is unable to remember how the child was killed, but she claimed she is the sole reason for the child's murder and acted alone.
They so wait, are they charging the dad too? Because the dad said that he didn't say nothing because she threatened to blame it all on him, and we all know which way that would have went. Then that's why he didn't say nothing. But because he can't, even if he did say something, she would have went on with her plan. He couldn't trust that she was gonna own up to it. So it was like, I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know about that one.
There is no doubt about that fact. She and she alone caused the injuries to Dylan Groves, which led to his death. She murdered Dylan Groves.
Groves was found guilty on all 11 counts and was given life in prison with no possibility of parole. Her husband was cleared of aggravated murder, but he was found guilty on the remaining 10 charges and was sentenced to 47 years to life in prison.
I'm so confused on that case, man. Like,
15 years to life in prison for a murder she never committed in Riverside, California. Long arrived home and discovered her boyfriend dead. She immediately called 911. Despite being the person who found the dead body, Long ended up becoming the lead suspect. She was soon convicted of second-degree murder and sent to prison. But 7 years later, forensic evidence showed that her boyfriend died long before she had arrived at the scene, and there was DNA of an unknown male at the crime scene. The conviction now gets overturned.
The judgment of conviction is vacated and a new trial will be ordered.
Long is now outside of prison.
He got released.
The prosecution soon dropped all existing charges.
I feel happy, elated, relieved, just a lot of emotions right now.
Long reportedly received $386,000 from the California Victim Compensation.
$386,000? That's not enough.
This is Anthony Kirkland.
You should have got like a good
serial
$750,000.
killer in Cincinnati, Ohio.
They say I am evil and a monster. They're right. Even my mom hated me, but I don't blame her.
Kirkland had previously served a 16-year prison sentence for the killing of his ex-girlfriend. A few years after his release, Kirkland begun his killing spree. Over a 3-year period, he killed 4 women, 2 of them being teenagers. Kirkland was arrested after his 4th murder, as he was caught with one of the victim's watch and iPod, which made him a lead suspect. Eventually, police were able to pin all the murders to Kirkland. Now in court, as the charges are being read out, Kirkland is facing the death penalty, and next, he appears to faint.
Count 4, aggravated murder.
Kirkland was later found guilty on all charges and sentenced to death. He is currently on death row awaiting his execution at the Chillicothe Correctional Facility.
He got back up way too quick. Man, y'all, these were some crazy ass court cases, man. For real, for real. These people, man, in this world, man, is crazy. These people are crazy in this world. For real, man. But yo, y'all made it this far in the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. You know, keep hitting that like button, y'all. Keep hitting that subscribe button, man. The channel is growing, and it's always thanks to you. Till next time, y'all. I'm out. Marcellus Reacts. Thanks for watching. Peace.